Welcome back to the Neon Turtles YouTube channel. And since today is Palm Sunday, I wanted to talk a little bit about what Palm Sunday is. Now, I have a very interesting story that I normally tell my students, and that's about the time that I got kicked out of the Washington National Cathedral during Palm Sunday back in around 2002, 2003, somewhere through there. I can't really remember. But what was going on at that time, not like I was getting into a bunch of trouble or doing anything that I really deserved to get kicked out of the Washington National Cathedral for. But if you think about this was shortly, just a few years after 9/11, and I'd gone into the Washington National Cathedral, which is absolutely gorgeous. And as I walk through these front doors, I'm just astounded by what I see. I see all these palm leaves waving back and forth, beautiful, incense burning in the cathedral, and just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous place to be for Palm Sunday. I didn't even know at the time what Palm Sunday was all about, but as I got a little older and got a little more interested in the history behind the Bible, I come to find out that really Palm Sunday, and you always see Hosanna listed with the Palm Sunday celebration. And this is when Jesus is going into the town of Bethany. And before he goes into the town, he tells his disciples to go into the town and find a small donkey that's tied up. And if anybody asks, what are you doing with this? Then just tell them that the Lord needs it, and basically it will be returned to them. So it's just kind of interesting in general. That's what the disciples do. They go, they find the donkey, they bring it back to Jesus, and he rides in on it. Before he rides in on it, the disciples do something very interesting. His followers take their robes and they put it over the back of the donkey, basically giving him a seat. And in a way, I find that to be sort of like a very humble gesture of the disciples to do that, because they're taking off what they normally would have on, their clothing, their protection, and they're laying that out for Jesus to place himself upon, sort of like a humble throne. The donkey takes him into the town, and as he's going into the town, everybody is yelling out, Hosanna. All right, so what is Hosanna? Hosanna in the highest. Hosanna is a joyful expression in the Aramaic tradition. And so they are just screaming out with joy, Hosanna, or Hosanna in the highest. They are recognizing who Jesus really is as he's coming into the town. And the way that they're recognizing him is, and I've looked a whole lot more into this Bible fulfillment of prophecies. The Bible is full of prophecies, and Jesus fulfilled hundreds. Just for him to have fulfilled 5, 10 prophecies is just mind-blowing, but hundreds of prophecies that Jesus' life and the things that he did fulfilled in the New Testament. And that was like a groundbreaking thing for me to really wrap my mind around as I got older and started studying the faith more deeply. But in Psalm 118:26, it says, "Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord." So he is fulfilling that. They are blessing him. They are joyfully expressing their understanding of who Jesus is, the Messiah, the coming King, the King under David's lineage that has come to set them free. And so they are recognizing his spot, his place as the Messiah. So if we come back to my experience in the Washington National Cathedral, here I'm walking in on Palm Sunday. I'm seeing the palm leaves wave. They hand me a palm leaf on my way in, and I sit down beside this sweet little old lady she asks if I'm a visitor, and I said, yes, I'm visiting. And she said, well, let me give you a little cool bit of information. And I'm like, okay, what's that? She says, you see the window, the stained glass window over yonder? All right, she didn't say yonder, but I said, yes, I do. She said, do you realize that there is an actual moon rock, a rock from the moon embedded into that window? And at the time I was kind of thinking, is she being serious with me? Is this for real? And on later inspection and research, I find out absolutely this is correct. There is an actual moon rock from the lunar landing. I guess that they donated it when they were building the Washington National Cathedral, and they embedded that in the window, which was super cool. But I'm sure you're wondering why I got thrown out of the Washington National Cathedral on Palm Sunday. The reason I got thrown out is we were visiting. It was me and an art group, and we go up. We're trying to find a way to get to the tallest tower to take a picture of DC. Just a great panoramic effect. And as we're wandering through the hallways and going through all the different doors like we're on Scooby-Doo, we go into one room and we're just like, whoa, this is cool. There was a movie theater in the Washington National Cathedral. It had like step seating or stadium style seating, small little movie theater. And we were like, whoa, this is super cool. So what we decided to do was kind of sit there and talk about the movie theater. And in that time frame comes what looks like a Secret Service agent. He has the earpiece, he has a gun holstered, walks in, asks us what we're doing there. We said we were just trying to find the highest point to take a picture, wanted to get a picture of DC. He escorted us back down the castle-style stairways and out the front door, and we just left on Palm Sunday. Beautiful Palm Sunday, blue skies, sunshine, and we had to walk all the way into DC from the Washington National Cathedral. But back to the main point of this message is for you to have an understanding of who Jesus is and what Palm Sunday is all about. And while they were waving the palms and recognizing that not only the lineage of Jesus coming from King David, but also who he was in fulfilling the prophecy that was set forth in the Psalms. Jesus was the Messiah, their rescuer. And so that's why I find that to be a very important time frame. And so today, being Palm Sunday, I wanted to recognize that and give you a little bit of history and a little bit of Neon Turtle fun facts. So stay tuned. We'll see what else that we can have popping up here coming up soon.